So, doing this on... Oh, shoot, wait. Let me fix my splits, because they're off. There we go. So I'm doing beginner 90% because it is my current favorite category and it is the fastest. So I'm just gonna get started. There's only nothing but loads and cutscenes at the start. Yeah, I'm using a Pro SSD, so they're gonna be a lot faster than they would be on any other model of PS4. Thanks, Crunchy, and thank you, Zax. So cutscenes in this game, you have to wait a tiny bit before you can skip them. They're not like immediate after a load screen. You have to kind of wait for the entire thing to fade in. And you cannot skip all cutscenes. If you consider this a cutscene, but you can't skip it. There's like basically a lot of things in the first 6 minutes of this game you can't skip. For whatever reason. So you just gotta mash text. The tutorial is just a tutorial, you can't really speed it up in any way. But however, so you have 3 different options for these 2 questions at the start. The first one that we're going to be picking right here affects how much HP and MP you have. And as you'll see later in the run, MP and magic is way better than strength is. So we're gonna prioritize magic right here. The left option gives you more magic and less HP throughout the game. The middle one is more HP and less magic, and the right one is balanced. So I'm picking the magic one. And then the second portrait that we pick affects what abilities we get at which level. So we're also going to be picking the magic based one because the ability layout is good for the run, and also more importantly we get I forgot the name, magic combo thrift, I'm pretty sure, at like level 2 or something, and that's like the most important thing. Thanks, Tank. And thanks, Step. Damn. Yeah, the right one is the magic one, mystic one, wisdom one. I'm pretty sure strength has been tested a few times, and it's just not as good. So again, we can't skip this, and this cutscene lasts a little bit. Yo, All-Star. I'm submitting this beginner 90% run to SGDQ as a co-op run, quote unquote. So basically, me, Miss Master 1, and Crispy Me are going to be doing a third of the game each. We'll decide which third we do later if we get in. So this is the first fight of the game. The shadows die in 2 hits because we're on beginner mode. So all you gotta do is 2-hit combos and defeat them. The finisher is pretty slow, so it's better to just end the combo and then start a new one. Dark side, you want to lock onto his head at the start because you can stay in the air and it's much easier to combo his head than it is his hands. During this part, you want to avoid getting hit by the dark balls that are falling. But even if they hit you, you can start comboing again pretty fast, so it's not a giant deal. But yeah, you just kind of keep attacking until he dies. We don't have any other combat options. Hitting his head does not do more damage, no. 99% sure it doesn't do more damage. So now we can start skipping cutscenes. Yeah, Crispy already made a submission video.
At long.
Yep, we're each going to be doing thirds of the game. Submitting a video is not needed, but I'm doing it because I want to. So now we have access to the menu, and the first thing I'm going to do is customize spells and an ether. So for this fight, I like to start it by spamming water on the large body, or fat body, I forgot his name. And until he dies, and then don't do the finisher, it's important. And also don't stand still when you're doing water, because water has 2 hitboxes. One surrounds Sora, and then the other one is the projectile. So if you're touching an enemy when you start the water, it does more damage because it hits them a second time. So go after him first, and then I just do physical combos on the rest of the enemies. I'm gonna do another menu here. I'm gonna unequip the DLC Keyblade, and then unequip damage control and equip magic combo thrift, the very strong ability you get from Mystic Route. So the most important movement option that we have in the game is air dash, and you basically want to air dash as much as you can. So I'll be opting for that whenever I'm going uphill. Like, I'll always jump and air dash instead of dodge rolling. But it depends on where you are, if you want to just spam dodge roll, if you want to keep air dashing. Because there's lag after the air dash, so you can't just like spam it. I'm gonna refill my MP there because you want to have full MP, and the save point refills it pretty fast. So, enemy here, they're weak to water because they're fire, of course. So the idea is just to use water. 2 waters beats them. So you stand right next to them, use water twice, they'll die. If I see, I wasn't next to him right there, so I have to do a few physical hits to defeat him. Their party members also help a lot. If Donald uses Blizzard, it's really good because Blizzard does a lot of damage to these guys too. So that guy DMs. Basically, I can't hurt him unless I use water on him when he's doing that, and he also runs away from you. So you want to avoid having any of them DM because it loses time. Oh yeah, so Magic Combo Thrift, the ability I equipped earlier, it makes it so every consecutive spell that I use wastes 1 less magic point. So if you spam multiple spells in a combo, it'll end up using less and less magic per cast. And that's very important because we want to conserve MP, of course. Don't want to run out. So these enemies are the same. There's nothing really different about this fight. It's the same idea. And then the ability I unequipped earlier too was just damage control, which we don't need on beginner mode because we don't need to worry about taking damage. It's fairly easy to go by without dying.
Ready? Here goes!
So a huge portion of the speedrun is movement because well, we have a lot of movement options in this game compared to other Kingdom Hearts games, and there's just a lot of platforming and stuff in this game.
Here goes!
Gorge, I hope they got insurance.
Gonna air dash over those, get back my MP. So we're gonna do a neat little thing here. Instead of just using water on the guys right here, we're going to use this pole to pull them all together and then start spamming magic. And now it's way easier to hit multiple of them with one spell, and it's you get a really fast fight if you do that. So that was a good fight. So I'm gonna move right here and destroy the statue, because once you destroy it, you unlock a chest, and this chest has an accessory, the magic ring, which gives us more magic and AP, and I also equip treasure magnet.
At least we can get through.
Treasure magnet makes it so anything that the enemy drops, you can it'll like get absorbed to Sora, so you don't have to be as close to it to pick it up, which helps a lot for MP orbs. And then the magic ring, of course, it just makes it stronger. Definitely worth moving over there to grab it. Oh, so I'm gonna unequip aerial dodge, because aerial dodge is it's slower than air dash, and it's not really useful anywhere in the run. And the game forces you to air dodge whenever you're in combat if you have it on. So I took the left path and then I exited the shield because it's faster than the right path. And right there, the animation for the shield isn't worth that very small distance that you move. Alright, so this fight is a pretty long fight. Now that we have the magic ring, it only takes one water spell and 2 physical hits to defeat every Heartless. Every one of these Heartless. So the strat is to use 1 spell and then 2 physical hits, because you want to conserve as much MP as possible. Because we're gonna have a fight after this that also uses the same MP we have. We never get our MP refill, so it's important to conserve it. Use Water Well whenever you get it. And then second form is also really useful. Oh god, capture card. So now that these guys spawn, ideally you'll get a magnet splash. There we go. So as you can see, that killed like everything besides the fire guys, and that's what you want ideally in this fight. Sometimes it can be hard to get it off, but I was able to do it right there, so I destroyed most of them. Now we can just use water. And you only get that magnet attack in second form, so you want to use it. Thanks, Denizen. Alright. Something to mention is that there are ether chests that I've skipped, and ethers are useful. Like, I customized one for a reason. But, it's not worth getting all of them because we get a lot of money and we can buy a lot. So, he always has the attraction flow at the very start of the fight. So the strat is to do 1 hit, get the attraction flow, and then use it as soon as possible. Because he has super armor during the first attack, and you're able to do a ton more damage with the bow when he has super armor, because he doesn't get knocked away. So he's just constantly getting hit by it. And then after you do the boat, you just use water spam. And yeah. You also want to try to time your water so that you have iframes for when he attacks, because water gives you iframes during the start of it when it surrounds Sora. So if you use it at the right time, he won't damage you when he hits you. So something else to mention about movement in this game is that if you do a near frame perfect air dash input after you do a first air dash, you do another air dash with no lag, and it's incredibly hard to pull off, but it is the fastest movement, so you want to be doing that throughout the game. Like I said, it's really hard to pull off, but it is really fast. I picked up the water cufflink back there too, that was in the water, because it gives you Waterza, and that finisher is incredibly powerful. It like destroys everything in this world. It's the strongest form of water magic in the game, and you get it in the first world, so it's pretty insane. Now right here, I'm doing like this crazy skip, one of the only skips in the run, where for whatever reason, when you dash and attack, you don't lose like any height, hardly any height at all. So you can just completely skip that fight right there if you're high enough and you just dash attack over and over again. Just move right over it. So gonna equip the water cufflink and then equip MP haste and put on Lucky Strike for Goofy. MP haste just makes MP come back faster whenever you run out of MP and go into MP charge. Alright. And yeah, there's like cues for when you can skip cutscenes, because when it's like transitioning into a cutscene, you can't skip it, but you have to wait till like a certain moment before you can. I got hit there. You don't want to get hit by any boulders here. So we're just gonna go straight up. I guess I'll mention right away, the reason that we don't use the DLC Keyblade is because it's only possible to get from the pre-order, so it's not fair for anyone else who hadn't pre-ordered the game. It's impossible to get it, so it's just banned from the run. So we just run straight up to Rock Titan here. So the strat for this fight is to spam water and use Waterza when you get it, because like I said before, Waterza destroys everything. It does a lot of damage. So during this attack you want to guard it, but I got comboed, it's okay. If you get hit by one of those attacks, you're probably gonna get comboed for all of it. If you guard it, it's a bit faster, but it's not a giant deal. So you just wanna avoid getting hit throughout the entire fight while you're attacking him. So I got Meteor, which is the best attack you can have for this. It's luck if you get it or not, but if you do get it, as you can see right here, well, wrong direction, but it did like a bar of HP, and so now all we have to do is wait for the attraction flow to show up, which is right there. Now we use it and use the finisher immediately. We don't need to shoot him at all, and it destroys him. It does about a bar of HP. So that's the fight. Pretty simple fight. Again, getting Meteor from Donald is lucky. So I got the best luck there. And right there I picked up a Fluorite. So in this game, unlike other Kingdom Hearts games, you can upgrade Keyblades, and that helps a lot in the speedrun because we get the synthesis items just from the story fights. So if you're, well, it's very unlucky if you don't get enough synthesis items to upgrade. But anyway, we pick up fluorites, Damascus, and an adamantite throughout the run. Hi, Gummi. So this fight can be kind of weird. You want to get Waterza as soon as possible. So as you can see, they have armor, and they're all together. They share 1 HP bar, but if you hit multiple of them at once, then it does multiple hits to the armor. So when I did the Waterza right there, it was basically like 5 Waterzas of damage to the armor HP. And then it ended up getting rid of it really fast, and it also did damage to everyone that was around it. And they each like take 1 hit before they die. So after you get rid of the armor, they die instantly. And that was a good fight right there. Picking up another fluorite right here. I've been doing pretty well with the air dashes. So basically if you drop it, you don't want to like jump and try it again. You just keep dodge rolling unless you're going uphill. A little bit of movement tech right there where you do a dash out of the flow motion, attack, and then dash again. Because the dash after the attack like basically cancels the attack animation. Thanks for the host, Denizen.
Here's our ticket.
Can't skip this cutscene. So this is where we get air stamping, and there's an elixir right here which sells for 1,000 money, but we don't need that much money, so we're not gonna get it. Gotta make sure you air step to the right thing, or you have to fall all the way back down to do it. So I'm gonna equip 2 ethers and a refocuser. We don't have any ethers yet, but that's gonna be for later when we do have ethers, and the refocuser is gonna be for this fight. So, at the very start, I like to do 3 fires on the Ice Titan. This entire fight, just a heads up, is not very consistent. We don't have that many combat options, and these bosses just do whatever they like to. So, I want to take out the Lava Titan first. But basically what you want to do is attack each of them when the other one isn't vulnerable. So you're always doing damage. You never want to like be waiting for one of them to be attackable. And then spam water on the Lava Titan because Waterza is still very strong, especially against this guy. See right there, he was invincible, which sucked. I should have waited before using my water. Sonic Blade in second form is also pretty good, so I like to build up that. And then when the tornado pushes you away, I use the attraction flow, the carousel, because it doesn't get pushed away and it teleports you to this mountain. And it does, the finisher does a decent amount of damage to both titans. So I'm gonna try to take this guy out here. I might be able to. Yep, I got him. So now we just have to worry about him. And he only has a bar of HP. Looks like I can beat him right here. There we go. I'm just gonna compare to nothing. Thank you, Beast. So just dodge roll towards him. You start pretty far away from him at the start, but this attack you can guard the buildings that are thrown at you, so you want to do that for sure. I'm not gonna use Meteor because it's only good when the hitbox is giant, and because this guy's hitbox is pretty small, it's most likely gonna miss. So second form's actually a really good thing you want here, because the finishers do a lot of damage, as you can see. If I had MP, I would have spammed water on him, but I didn't, so it's alright. Now I do, so I'm gonna use it a bit. He's probably gonna go to second phase, yeah. So, you just have to fall towards him. You can't do anything to speed this up, just don't get hit, because that slows you down. And now what I'm gonna do is air dash, attack, air dash, attack, air dash, attack. Now that I'm close enough, I'm gonna do a shot lock, a full shot lock. First time using shot lock in a run. Then use a refocuser, the one that I picked up earlier. Do one more full shot lock. And then do another one that's probably not gonna be full. 19 hits is whatever. After this, we just use water on him, and we want to get a water za. So I had iframes right there from the finisher so that I didn't get hit, which is good. Yep, there we go. That's exactly how you want the fight to go. It's usually really consistent. Oh yeah, so attraction flow, if you don't know what it is, we haven't quite, I don't think we've quite figured out exactly how it appears in every fight. Some fights is very consistent, other fights it seems random, but basically in a fight in this game, you can have an attraction flow appear on an opponent, and wait, I need to concentrate. Okay, that's the menu. And if you hit them when they have the green thing around them, you can use the attraction flow and it just does free damage. So it's good to use sometimes. Another thing to note is that in this game you can equip 3 different Keyblades at the same time, and then you can switch between them. So that's really useful during the run. I just equipped the one that I got because it's better for physical combos than the Kingdom Key. So you play as Riku for 2 parts of this game, and you fight Demon Tower. Basically, I try to do 1 hit and then 3 thunders, another hit and then 3 thunders. Riku comes with his own ether already on him, which is very useful. This fight we have Mickey with us, so after using thunders and the finishes we get, we can just do physical combos, and he usually dies pretty fast. Another thing though is that you don't want to attack him when he's red, because that signals that he's gonna attack, and his armor is like way higher when he's red, so you want to attack him when he's yellow. And we use thunder on him because it does the most damage. PS4 Pro saves about 15 minutes, I think. That's what I heard. That might be SSD. I know PS4 Pro SSD saves 15 minutes. SSD is more important than Pro. So this is our first Gummi mission. They're not really missions in this game though. So we have a route for every Gummi area. Right there, I destroyed that crystal because it had a fire reggie, and that's a stronger gun that we can equip before the first boss we have to fight. I'm gonna enter this encounter on purpose and then abandon the battle, because it gives us all of our boost back on the bottom right, you see there. And usually you have to wait quite a long time before your boost comes back, but if you enter a fight, you can force it to come back really fast. So it's very useful. I'm gonna destroy these meteors because there's a small chance that you can get a fluorite or a Damascus from them. Oh, I got one, okay. So I can skip a fluorite chest now. But it's pretty rare that you get one there. And it doesn't save that much time, it just saves a little bit from picking up a chest. but we're just gonna go straight to Twilight Town. And the picking up the money on the way is pretty nice too, because money is what we use money for buying ethers and food in the run. It's pretty important. Another thing to mention is that those like blue tunnel things, I forgot what they're called, but I'm bad with names in this game, I'm sorry, so I'm probably not gonna call anything the correct name, but they move you faster at the moment. Thanks, Crispy. Alright, so this fight has quite a few enemies in it. That's the attraction flow right there. It appeared pretty early on. Basically, I want to use water and hit as many enemies as I can with the water as possible, to build up the finisher to get waters up, because it one-shots everything. And also what I want to do is I switched to the Olympus Keyblade, and I'm going to be getting up Counter Shield. Now that I activated Counter Shield, I can switch Keyblades and the form will be stored, so I still have it whenever I switch back, but I'm not wasting the time that I have in that form. And now that I've done that, I'm going to use the attraction flow because it does a lot of damage to these guys. Finisher. Now we can just kill any ones that are remaining. Yeah, we're good. Thank you, Shadow. So at the start, I'd like to target him, do a combo, dash, combo. So we got second form, which is what I wanted. Now, we're gonna do a little neat trick here that we don't use for the rest of the run, but it's cool that we get to use it here. So Counter Shield is very strong, but the way it works is that you have to guard twice, and then do an attack, and it stores like a really strong attack. But if I do what I did there, which is do the Counter Shield attack, and use second form, which I got earlier in this fight, then it stores the attack and I get to use it again without having to build it up from guarding. So it's a neat piece of tech where you can use Counter Shield's guard attack twice in a row. Gonna come back to get some MP.
You see any lucky emblems?
Having high jump in second form is pretty nice because we don't have that as base star yet. So I actually used it to jump over the tram. I wouldn't usually be able to jump over it, but because I used second form, I could, which is cool. So we just move over here. And this Power Wild fight, basically what I do is Waterza. You can do a shot lock too to kill them pretty fast, but I like to do water hits because it seems like the more hits you do, the more likely it is for attraction flow to show up sooner. And when it shows up, the finisher one-shots everything. So let's see if this does a lot. Yeah. Okay. There's like another wave that spawned, and I got a few of them from that. Now, there aren't that many left, and I'm just gonna do physical combos to beat them. And some water. Okay. That was a pretty good fight. The lore? I don't know about that one. Changed some good air slides there. Get the MP back. Now we're gonna go straight into another fight. Oh, something else to mention is that I airstepped, and I cancelled the airstep animation before I touched the thing I was airstepping to, because the animation of me grabbing the tree branch is longer than if I just cancelled it. But it's still faster to do the airstep than dodge rolling or air dashing. Alright. So this fight is pretty fast. It's like an open field, so it's really easy to hit them all with the teacups, which I just got, and the waterza. So my plan here is to build another waterza, use it on these guys, because basically after the first wave, 2 other waves spawn on each side, and I got rid of the left side mostly with the waterza, and now there's only the right side. That's the last guy. Okay, yeah, pretty easy fight. The reason I'm able to build up waterza really fast is because, like I said, water has the 2 hitboxes, one surrounding Sora and then one that's a projectile. But if you're moving and using water and you move past like 5 heartless, because there's so many surrounding you, then you do 5 different hits, and that counts. Each of them count towards getting your finisher. So you want to run past basically as many enemies as you can. I'll pick this up. There's a fluorite right here, which, like I said before, it's for upgrading Keyblades. So I've gotten a few party member like attacks that I haven't used, and the reason for that is some of them are just not worth using. Like the other things we can do are faster than that attack. Pretty much like everything that Goofy has is not worth using at all on the run. I don't think we ever use any of Goofy's attacks. Flare Force is good sometimes, but Meteor is also, like I said on Rock Titan, it was super good on him. It just depends on the fight. And yeah, not much to say about the food route, that's the route that I use. I know where like most of the fruit are, and that's the one that I chose to do. I'm not quite sure if it's the exact fastest, but it's seems fast to me. So I'm gonna buy ethers here, and then I'm going to go into the synthesis and upgrade Shooting Star. You can upgrade it more than once if you want to, but it's unlikely that you'll have enough shards to do it, so I don't like to risk it. And then in the menu right after, I just equip Shooting Star over Kingdom Key, because we don't need Kingdom Key anymore. Shooting Star is our magic-based Keyblade, and that's all we need.
I'm sorry.
And then I equipped the Combo Plus, because Combo Plus is also useful. Alright. So we're gonna actually build a Gummi ship here. First, I'm gonna just put on a few armor blocks so that we don't get one shot. Then I'm gonna put on 3 fire Gs and then the fire wedgie that we got. And then put on the thunder Gs I believe they're called, and then 2 engines and a cockpit, and that's all we need. 5 under the cost limit, and it's a faster ship. So I switch to it right there, and then begin voyage. It's faster because I have more guns on this ship, so it's a bit weaker with its HP, but it kills the boss way faster. Those things are useful because they like give you a free boost if you move through them. Now we're gonna be using another ship. I almost got hit by that. Yeah, you can not put on the armor blocks if you want to, and then maybe put on another gun. But you get one shot by those mines, and you also die really fast to the boss here coming up. So I've never opted to do that. I just play it safe in the Gummi. Oh, did I get another fluorite? Okay. Yeah, and then we're going to Toy Box first, because the benefits that we get from KOC are not gonna help us in Toy Box much if we were to go there first, because most of Toy Box is done with the toys, the toy mechs, and they are not affected by Sora's stats, so it is not worth going there first. And that Gummi boss fight, there's actually a little bit of strategy involved. You want to focus on his head, because I'm 99% sure his head takes more damage than the rest of his body. So skip the KH4 cutscene. Now this fight, pretty much the same concept as the fights in Twilight Town, except now we have a better Keyblade, which is good. We even get the teacups like we did in Twilight Town. But when the shadows spawn, you want to hit them with that. And I like to go under the bed here, because it can hit those guys on the bed from down there, and that's useful because I don't want to climb up there to attack him. That might be all of it. Oh yeah, it was. That was a really good fight. Oh yeah, I didn't split. Whoops. So there's a fluorite under the bed. I didn't need to pick it up because I've got fluorite drops, but I'm doing it anyway because, I don't know, the sake of commentary. There's an elixir chest back there, and I'm not picking it up because, like I said, I don't need it. I have enough money with this route. That was our first time using Blizzard for movement, because Blizzard sliding is faster than most other forms of movement. But you have to find a straight line that you can use the Blizzard slide on, and that doesn't happen too often. But that's one of the instances where you can do it. So now that we're in the mech, Triangle throws out bombs, and the bombs do a ton of damage. So basically, they usually one-shot these things. So what I do is I go for these big mechs first, and do the exploders on them. Right there, I try to hit like 2 of them with 1 RC, and it worked pretty well. RC is reaction command. That's just, I'm just used to saying that from KH2, but they're called situation commands in this game, I think. I guess it would be SC in that case. Okay, after beating Automex, you just want to shoot the Heartless. So again, we're gonna use Blizzard here.
Worried about our new friends.
Jump. Oh, yeah, jump. What's it called? Air step, yeah. And then glide up here. There's a chest that we really want. This has a fire cufflink in it, which, as you can imagine, because the water cufflink gave us Waterza, the fire cufflink is a Spireza, and Fireza is very good against single target bosses and enemies. So, I also equipped aerial recovery, which whenever I get hit in the air, I can use it and I won't have to wait for me to fall down to do anything. And then I also equipped fire boost, which gives us better fire. Fire attacks are stronger. And in this fight, it's really simple. All you have to do is use your tackle whenever you have it, and it does about half their HP, and then you just do 2 hits and they die. And there's only 3 of them. Definitely faster than trying to fight them without the mech. So do another blizzard here for movement. Climb up. This thing's on like a global cycle, I think. So you always have to wait there. I'm gonna come over here to pick up the refocuser, and that'll be useful later on in the run. And then I'll use another blizzard here. So this is kind of tight. Let's see if I make it. Oh, I didn't make it. Yeah. If you don't angle the blizzard right, you won't make it. And I didn't make it there. So you have to wait for the fan to stop spinning around. Alright. Now there's another item I'm going to pick up here, which is also very important. It's a gold amulet, which you can equip to any of your party members, and it gives you more money per enemy throughout, like, while he has it equipped. So we get it really early on, and we basically just get like a ton more money throughout the run. It's really good. And we're gonna see how good Fire Raza is on the DAW here. You have to wait for that thing to start shaking before you can press triangle on it. I'm gonna equip the gold amulet right here. Okay. Because I think Blizzard is faster, Morgan. So yeah, for this DAW, we just spam fire, and that's the best for her. When you do 2 bars of HP, I'm gonna start doing physical hits because I want to build up my Keyblade transformation. I guess I never really explained what those are, but basically if you do physical attacks and build up your finisher, then you get a Keyblade transformation, and each Keyblade transformation is different for depending on the Keyblade you have. And you want to get the one that this Keyblade has, which is arrow guns. So I'm gonna activate it now to make sure I have it. I don't want to activate it earlier to like waste its time, because you're on a timer when you have it. So that was a good fight. I'm gonna switch Keyblades real quick to save it. Let me also get the save point. So the reason that I stored the double arrow guns is because on the UFO here, I can go ahead and shoot him and lock on and hold down R2, and it does a ton of damage to him. So after doing a little bit over half his HP, I'm gonna go for this mech, because if you try to combo him without this mech, it's like very, very hard. It's possible if you're really good to like track the UFO down and beat him really fast, but it's much more consistent and safe to get the mech and then just shoot him, because shooting with the mech, like the mech can fly and stuff, it's just way easier to hit him with it.
Perhaps if we use the cannons on those mechs.
There we go, easy fight. Now instead of using the mech to go up, I'm just gonna shot lock up.
That was in the video game section.
Oh, whoops. Hang on a sec. There we go. Now, this minigame here is kind of complex. There's like a strat, but it's pretty hard to do. So, at the start here, gonna get in the mech. I want to kill like 2 or 3 of these guys right here, and then you want to dash over and destroy that bomb right there. And then also blow that up to try to hit something. Okay, so they fell into that. Now I'm gonna shoot this bomb as they spawn here. Now those guys are gonna spawn into that. Are they gonna die? Yes. All right. So you have to go really fast to make that cycle. If you don't do it fast enough, then those things that spawn right there, like the 10 enemies, won't die to the purple thing in the middle, and it wastes a lot of time because you have to manually kill a lot of them. Now we just have to destroy these purple, well, they have a purple mark on them, but these like white mechas, we don't have to focus on anything else besides these. And then there's 3 at the start, and then 3 more spawn after you kill those first 3. Is he gonna die from that? Yep. Now, after you defeat them, this boss appears, which has 3 bars of HP. And the way I like to handle him is wait for him to jump down here, or come down here. There he is. Now I do the exploders, and I do a ton of damage to him. So when he has about a bar and a half, he goes into his second phase. And then I like to use the exploders again because he gets knocked down, and I get to shoot him for free. So that was an okay fight. Man, there's a lot to talk about in this run. Alright.
Come on, fellas.
Shot lock there. Shot lock over this big gap. I'm gonna cancel it right there so that I can just go over here. One thing that Sora likes to do, that you saw right there, is that I airstepped to one like object, but Sora wants to move to other objects on his way to that object that I targeted in the first place. So usually if he does that, I just cancel it and then move there on my own, because it just wastes time for him to keep moving from object to object to get there. So basic fight right here. Just use triangle when I have it. The purple ones are a little bit harder to hit because they can fly away from you, but they don't have as much HP, which makes up for it. And then the red ones you can't beat in one exploder attack because they have a lot of HP, but they're pretty easy to hit. And I've been intentional with the mechs that I've chosen for everything. Like right here, I'm going to stay in this mech. Because the movement in this mech is best out of any mech in this world. So flying up here like costs half of my like fuel right there on the left. And that's way better than the purple one, at least. Oh god, I fell too far. So we're just gonna start from the top up there and then work our way down, destroying these Heartless. This one's a bit annoying. You have to shoot through the net. But usually I can just like, yeah, kind of finicky, but you can still beat it with the mech. Thought I saw a graphical glitch right there. That was weird. Skip that cutscene, and now we're gonna be exiting the mech right here, and we're gonna go through this small hole right there, and then air step over here, and that's pretty fast compared to just exiting with the mech. And then we're gonna get the Buster Ring for a specific fight later on, and then enter the purple mech because the purple mech one-shots like everything with that attack with the cannons. And now we just wait for it to come back up and try to kill some things while we're waiting, and then it one-shots everything again. The issue with this mech is that the movement is really bad in it, so I can't fly nearly as high, and I can't dash as much. It's just pretty slow in general, but for that one fight, it's pretty good because they're all bundled up right there. So now that we made the cactuar, gonna fly up. Talk to the Moogle. We're gonna buy our first food item, which is chocolate. Chocolate, and put on the magic ring and high jump and eat it. Now we're leaving because the boss right here is way faster with the Keyblade that we get from Corona, which is the road we're going to now. So it is much better to wait off on fighting that boss, get the Keyblade here, and then come back and then beat him really fast. Okay, yeah, so I guess I'll mention that. Because this is a simple route, we're just gonna go straight there. This route for the speedrun is centered around essentially a loadless speedrun if the game was loadless, because of the difference between SSD and HDD is really large. So to prevent having to buy an SSD to be competitive in this game, we use the in-game timer, which the in-game timer is basically the same as RTA except it doesn't count loads, which is very convenient for us. But some stuff, like maybe one or two things, are faster without loads than with loads. But most stuff that we do is faster RTA anyway. Like this right here is probably still faster than in RTA to leave the boss, even though we have to sit through 2 more load screens. Yeah, all of the mech fights are the same speed, even if we level up in Corona, so there's no point in going to Corona first. But we do want to get the Keyblade in Corona before beating the UFO, or the King of Toys as they call it. So we're gonna find we're gonna use our first Meow Wow here. Just summon Meow Wow, uses all of our MP, but we just instantly end it, and it kills everything on screen. Use 2 ethers, do another Meow Wow. We get more MP from those enemies. Use 1 ether, do another Meow Wow, and that's the fight. Epic fight. I'm gonna customize Thunder and Arrow. The customization is totally preference. I mean, you could technically menu every single magic if you wanted to. Same with the config menu, it's preference, but this is the menu that I like to do. Yeah. So Meow Wow is useful for a lot of mob fights, but it's not useful for every single fight. You'll see later that we have different strats for specific worlds. I think the way that the game, the run is like every world has one thing that's really good in that one world that we use multiple times. That's what it feels like. But right here we're not using Mad Wow because there's so many waves of hardness that the best strat is to use Arrow, which we haven't used yet. So the reason I like to use Arrow is because Arrow, as you can see, it just one-shots everything that spawns, and it even one-shots the next wave that spawns if another wave spawns, because it lasts on screen for a while. So it's a super useful spell in this fight in particular. The one thing that's annoying about it is that, as you can see right there, I entered flow motion when I didn't want to, and when you're in the flow motion state you can't use magic, so it's just a waste of time to enter the flow motion that Arrow has. I wasn't paying attention there and I actually made a mistake. I didn't mean to use all my MP. But I'm just gonna use ethers. It's okay to waste a few ethers sometimes. There we go. You never want to lose all of your MP, because when you're in what's it called? MP recharge, I think. It costs more ethers to refill your MP than if you were to wait right before you ran out and then use an ether. So I wasted a single ether there, but it's not a giant deal. We can waste a few in the run.
Dandelions.
So this cutscene we can only skip right here. It's really weird. I don't know why you have to wait to that very specific moment before you can skip it, but you do.
I think Rapunzel's found something.
I'm gonna go ahead and use a Blizzard here. Blizzard's a bit harder to use than it might seem because you have to angle it like really well. Since it goes in a straight line for so long, you have to make sure that the angle is like perfect so that it doesn't run into anything. Because if it runs to an enemy in the middle of it, then it'll stop moving and you won't move as far. So we're just gonna move past all the hardness. There's no point in killing any of them. We don't need the XP. So this is a new nobody. They die in 4 fires. They're weak to fire pretty much, and they can go invincible to other attacks besides fire. So that's why fire is really good on them. And then Firaza one-shots them. So I usually don't need to use an ether here. And thankfully, I didn't mention it before, but I think Grand Magic is what they're called, don't waste any MP. So like Firaza, Waterza, don't waste any MP.
I really don't like what that guy said.
Yeah, we better find Rapunzel before he does.
Oh, I didn't mention the food before. So the food that I ate gave me +1 more magic stat, which is actually really important. Like, you might not think that 1 magic increase to our stats will make a big difference, but if I didn't do that, if I didn't eat the chocolate, then I would not beat them in 4 fires, which would mean I have to use an ether, I have to use a lot more fires. So it's way better that I do that. It also gives you more MP points, like magic points, which is also nice. That Blizzard is really bad. You can do a good Blizzard here, but not really worth going for anymore. That part right there is actually like really hard to angle your Blizzard right.
They can climb walls?
It's really important. Okay. Well, you can see why it's important to avoid the power wilds, because they stun you with the nuts that they throw. So if you get hit up there, you fall all the way down and you have to wait for your stun animation. So, yep. Don't get hit. The reason I'm climbing up here is to get this fluorite. Or Damascus, I mean, I'm sorry.
Rapunzel, please be all right.
Damascus right there is important. The food lasts for 20 in-game minutes, I'm pretty sure. It might be a different amount. I know the crepes do. But right here I'm gonna buy ethers. Because if I didn't buy them right there, then I may have a chance of running out before the boss coming up here. and we want to have all our ethers for that fight.
The kingdom's not far, but we need to scale these cliffs.
Thank you, Baz.
Well, then let's look for a way up.
So right there, what I did is I used arrow to give myself an extra jump, because the arrow gives you like a flow motion jump if you jump into it. So if you combine that with jumping and using arrow, then you basically get like a double jump, and it allows you to skip a lot of this segment. So we don't have to mess with Rapunzel's hair at all until right here.
Let's swing across and look for a path.
And then I'm able to use high jump to skip the other parts right there. You only need to use one arrow. And now for this fight, I'm going to be using Meow Wow, but I'm not going to be instantly ending it like I did before. This time I'm just going to jump, and the jumping does a decent amount of damage. So the reason I'm not ending it too is because if I were to end it earlier, then there are still two more waves of Heartless. So oh god, where's the next one? There he is. And it doesn't kill the waves that spawn afterwards, so you want to wait till the last wave and then end it. So I'm gonna use an ether. This fight is pretty annoying. There's a few different things you can do. There's a Wreck-It Ralph strat, which is kind of hard to pull off, so I don't go for it. What I do is just use fires to beat him. Arrow guns are good because it makes your fires do more damage. Because the arrow gun shoots 2 fires at once. But yeah, this fight's the same all the way through. Nothing too special about it. So one thing to know actually that just happened right now is that I was about to build up my finisher to get Faraza, but because my form ended before I completely got Faraza, the finisher reset all the way back to 0 after the form went away. So you want to avoid that from happening, but I didn't. I'm gonna go ahead and equip Super Jump. And the reason I did that is because there's a chest right here that has the Mage's Earring, which is a good accessory that we'll be using later on.
Oh look! I see some birds! This way! Wait! Come back! I must have startled them.
That cutscene you can't skip.
Sora! Wait! I've never seen so many.
So I'm gonna use Air Step right here, but I'm gonna cancel it right there and then go ahead and use the slide. Air stepping is good for large distances, but for shorter distances it's usually not that good. So right here I'm going to buy a Koopa coin in the area because I just like to buy it as soon as I can. I think also, if I have enough money, I'll try to buy a tent too. Yeah. Okay, yeah. The tents I'll use later on in the game. The Koopa coin is just in case I ever die. Of course, so I don't ever have to worry about curing. So after getting that rune ring, that's actually a really good accessory. It gives us way more magic. So we're gonna equip it over the magic ring. But instead of equipping the magic ring over the fire cufflink, which would give us more magic stat, I'm keeping the fire cufflink because Firaza does a lot more damage than any more damage I would do with higher MP. Okay. So this dance is just a minigame. There's nothing strategic to it really. The only thing is that after dancing with like 2 people, you can do DRC on the barrel and anything on the field. So I just do it instantly. And now you can time this like you're supposed to, I guess. But if you just mash X and circle over and over again, then you don't have to worry about anything, and it doesn't use any time. You don't lose your chain. Nothing. You don't get penalized at all. You can just mash X and circle and you're good.
Hey. You got it.
So they're a bit faster this time, but it doesn't really matter. Oh my god, I actually pressed the wrong button. I do that sometimes. What the peepo? Okay.
Keep dancing. This is so fun.
Gonna use this barrel because I'm going there. It's consistent, how long the minigame takes. So, usually it goes the same every time.
Keep dancing. This is so fun.
And then this is the same as before, just mash X and circle.
You got it.
Thank you, Jacob.
To the boats.
So I got a magic boost right there, which just straight up increases the magic stat of anyone you use it on. So I'll go ahead and use it on Sora. I want to get that attraction flow as soon as I can. Make sure it doesn't go away, because that's very important for the next wave of nobodies here. So you still die to 4 hits of fire. So I'm gonna go in the middle right here and then just use the finisher right off the bat. I'm gonna kill his upcoming waves. And then any that are surviving I can just use thunders on. I'm gonna use the Faraza. I saved it for these guys. I like to focus on these guys as soon as they spawn, because they're a bit harder to deal with than the dust. Whoops, okay. Now I can use fire on them. Oh god. There we go. Yeah, this is coffee. I always drink coffee in a run, it's okay. Okay. So there aren't that many loading screens in the game in general, because oh wow, okay, so I did that too high up and the blizzard was too high to make a trail on the ground. There aren't that many loading screens in the game, but when there are, there's a ton of them in a row. But a lot of the maps are like 2 rooms, so only loads like once, which is a definite upgrade compared to before. Yo, Axo, thank you for the 2-month Twitch Prime sub. Thanks, Axo, I appreciate that. In the menu back there, I used the magic boost that I got from the minigame, and then I equipped water boost, which will be useful later. Sorry, I stepped right there to be a bit faster, this fight is gonna be Meow Wow. But first I have to jump on these guys to get rid of the armor they have, and then finish it, and they die. So we're gonna see our first instance of Wreck-It Ralph on the boss here. He is incredibly powerful on certain enemies, and this fight just happens to be super consistent with Wreck-It Ralph. We end the fight pretty fast. So here we go. There's a bit of strategy, so I'm gonna mash X and then go to that specific part that I went on in the menu there and make another tower. Now I finish it, and this should... There we go. One-shots him. He usually gets one shot by it. Pretty consistent. But you can't just build straight up. You have to build the way that I did it to be the most consistent. The reason it works so well is because every single one of those blocks does a ton of damage, and he doesn't like ever get knocked back because he does the head slam on the ground consistently at the start of the fight. So if you do it when the blocks are inside of him like that, they all blow up and he takes the full hit from it. Whew, alright. So now we're gonna upgrade again, like we did in Twilight Town, but this time we're gonna upgrade Ever After. And I'm gonna be upgrading it 4 times. This is why I picked up the Damascus and the Fluorides earlier. Before I enter the fight, I'm gonna go ahead and equip it, and then equip a refocuser, and also equip the Mage's Earring. And I'm equipping that right now because we're not going to be using Faraza in this fight. We're not going to be using fire at all. We're going to be using shotlocks. And now we get to see how strong shotlocks are when we have high magic stat. Specifically the Ever After shotlock too. So it's very important that I do 3 full shotlocks, which can be kind of hard. So I'm going to guard that attack. Need to make sure I have a clear sight on him. That's another full one. I need to do one more. Okay, cool. We got it. See, I barely have any focus left. It's very important that you are able to do 3. And now all I have to do is spam Thunders, and he dies. And the Thunders are actually faster if you stand still and do them in the air, compared to moving in the air or doing anything on the ground. Fun fact. And that's why we did KOC before doing the boss, because he's very consistent and fast with Ever After. We completely skipped like an entire phase of the boss fight. Oh god. Okay. So we're gonna be, we're not gonna go straight to Monstropolis. Instead, we're going to, grab a faster Gummi ship. It's gonna take a long time to get this ship because we get it from taking a picture of a constellation. but it saves a lot of time in the long run. So it's definitely easily worth picking it up now, rather than keeping this ship. And it's pretty out of the way, but it is worth it. And on our way there, I'm gonna activate this warp portal gate thing. Like I said, I don't know the names of everything in the game. Waypoint, yeah. Now we just go straight forward. Nothing exciting. Take a picture of that, and then go to information, Gummi missions, and you have to go right there in order to get the blueprint. But now that we have it, we're gonna just exit to world map, embark here, and now we're gonna equip it right there and equip the special weapon, and now we're set. Now, as you'll see, this ship is way faster than the one we were using before. And it gets back its boost way faster than the other ship too. Gonna pick up some money there. I'm still gonna exit this fight to get my boost back though. Oh, might be. That was a mistake. Now we have a boss fight, and he can go pretty fast. What I want to do is use my special weapon right about now, and I need to make sure that I'm aiming at his head, because his head takes a lot more damage than every other part of his body. So that's good damage I did right there. Oh no, I took a hit. Okay, you don't want to take a hit because you lose your berserk mode. You get berserk whenever you hit A rank, but it's okay. I still got a 31-second fight. I'm not actually entirely sure what berserk does, but I don't think it's good to use it. All right. And if you remember from before, I still have the Mage's Earring equipped, and I'm not gonna re-equip Fire Cufflink. We're actually gonna keep the Mage's Earring for all of Monstropolis. And another thing, the reason we're going to Monstropolis before Arendelle, we have a choice between both, but the reason I'm going to Monstropolis now is because Simba is very strong in Arendelle, as you'll see later on, and we want to have him for Arendelle. So I'm gonna instantly use Mallow and finish it like I did in Corona, but now I have to shot lock the frog. I think he's called like a Turtoad. I think I remember that. And I'm gonna use Ethers to just spam Thunder on the rest of these guys, and then use Fire on him. There we go. Shotlocks are the easiest way to defeat those Turtoads. I don't care if they're caught that or not, they're caught that now.
Me too. Good thing the last floor is not too far.
I'm gonna buy 2 fresh fruit here. And then I'm going to equip 3 ethers and then eat my fruit. So, again, using Meow on this wave. The thing about these Heartless, or Unversed I mean, is that... Okay, so air step to them. I don't want them to move away from me. So you want to get to them as soon as possible. The Unversed can be underground. They can go underground, so... you want to hope that they're all above ground whenever you do the Mao finisher. Ooh, there's another one left. That's unfortunate. Okay. My fire whiffed. It's okay.
I wonder where Boo's door.
And as you saw, the one Sharlock basically killed both the Turtoads right there. So that's good. On this rail section, you want to make sure you shoot all of the hardest as they spawn and then slide after. Yeah, because you don't want to get hit. Getting hit sucks. You slow down. So you want to avoid getting hit and then super slide, because sliding is faster than just not doing anything. And at the start of the world, we were not one-shotting all of the Unversed, but now we will be, because I got a magic up from leveling up. So this fight is going to be Meow Wow, and I'm going to wait for my MP to recharge. Because the enemies here give you so much MP, it's really easy to just use Meow Wow, and then you get your MP back. And you don't even need to use an ether, which is super useful. I'm gonna wait this out. And I think I get all of it back here too. Yep. So that fight's kind of a joke. I think if the Heartless or the Unversed attack Sully, then you have to kill a few more Unversed, because like the laugh meter is goes down, but that shouldn't happen. Heartless Unversed, there's too many enemies in this game. I can't keep track. Alright. And you have to do the you have to get under to the door, like behind the door, for the thunder on the rail, because you can't dash through it with level 1 dash super slide. Okay. And it might seem like you have to just fight, but you don't. You can just go through the door.
Boo's door should be right around here somewhere.
Whoops. Right. Don't panic. So there's a good amount of movement at this part of the world. You want to dodge these guys as you're climbing up. And now there's going to be these lasers right here. And I like to do that flow motion tech right there. Movement to avoid them. Yeah, I got hit a lot there. You don't want to get hit at all, but it can be hard sometimes. Dodge rolling and air dashing has iframes, so you want to use the iframes to not get hit, but you have to time it well. So just walk past everything. Right here we get to use a super jump, and then a slide, attack, and we get there. So this fight is a bit more complex. We're going to be doing a full shot lock on the turtles and the soldiers. What we want to do is kill these 2 turtles and every soldier on screen, and then we can use Meow Wow. Let me target him. Okay. Now I'm gonna use an ether, and the reason we killed those guys is because after you kill them, everything else spawns. So the Meow Wow kills. It ends the fight. But if I were to just start with Meow Wow, then the fight would not end.
Pretty sure the control panel for this place is upstairs.
So we get to skip a little portion right here by doing a super jump right there, and we can just avoid that section. It's not that hard. So this fight is really long. It's the longest fight in Monstropolis. There's a ton of waves. So I'm gonna start off with a Meow Wow. I got teacups, which is really useful. Now we're gonna shot lock with this guy. I think that was everything. Oh no, it wasn't. There's actually 2 left. Okay. I don't want to use my ethers yet, because we have a limited amount. So I'm gonna use Meow Wow at about right here, because I want to kill the Heartless on each side of the room. Or the inverse, I mean. And now that I'm waiting for my MP to come back, I'm going to come up here and get this chest. Now I'll use Meow Wow. And now I'm gonna use that teacups that I got earlier on this turtle, because as you can see, it does a lot of damage to him. If you're able to hit him with it. My party members kind of left me, but he's also invincible when he tries to suck you up in his mouth like that when he tries to eat you. So that's unfortunate. Or he's not invincible, but you can't beat him doing that. Okay. That Meow Wow cleaned the rest of the room. Not bad. The chest that I picked up back there in the fight was the Vata ring, which we're gonna use in one fight later. The same fight that we used the Buster ring in. Okay. So I equipped the Air Combo Plus and Combo Master. Combo Master makes it so that you can continue any combo even if you don't attack anything, even if none of your hits connect, which we could not do before. So that's useful. If you ever whiff, you don't have to restart your combo. Air Combo Plus gives us another air hit before the finisher.
It's a total mess.
I know, Mikey, but right now we just have to keep moving.
Now we're actually not going to be using Meow Wow here. My strat involves using arrows, because with this Keyblade upgraded, you can actually get... Oh, here we go. Yeah, you want the attraction flow. So that's why I use arrows instead of using Meow Wow, is because in my experience, if you use Meow Wow, you won't get the attraction flow as consistently as if you use arrow. And the attraction flow killed basically all of the fire type enemies that spawn. So I didn't have to manually move over to them and use water, which is super good. And I need to customize Varroa. You need to manually customize every upgrade to your magic that you get in this game. So, got that. Now I'm gonna pick up the high refocuser. That'll be useful in a later fight.
We need help containing the fire.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that like flow motion movement. I don't use it everywhere, but I like it there. Picking up the Damascus. That's the last Damascus we're gonna be getting, I'm pretty sure. We have the game pretty well routed right now, as you can see from like everything I'm doing. It's all routed out. There's nothing that we're like unsure of for the most part. I think the community has done a great job of finding out what to do, like what strats to do, what route to take. So I'm gonna use arrow again in this fight. The same reason as before. Like as you can see, it one-shots everything. Is like another thing. This guy has it. Okay. We should be fine now. There we go. So see, that's Simba right there, and that's the whole reason we didn't go to Arendelle first, is because Simba is very good. Okay. I used an ether to make sure I have full MP, because we're actually gonna be using Simba in this fight right here. So I'm hoping that I get Mirage Staff with this finisher. Okay, I didn't get it. It's alright. I didn't think I would. Oh wow, I actually got Ian. Holy cow. This does a ton of damage. Like, we're on beginner mode and I did half my HP. So it's kind of weird. But, yeah, I try to build Mirage Staff here. And now I use Simba. As you can see, Simba does a ridiculous amount of damage. So he dies really fast. Okay. And I got Mirage Staff for the fight coming up, because it's very necessary. And I don't like to build it on the fight, because it's way faster when there are multiple enemies on screen.
The door vault's right through there.
So I switched to the Olympus Keyblade, the restorative form. I have the Kupo coin. If I don't have one at this point, I buy one, but because I have it, I'll be fine. I'm still gonna go to the shop and buy some ethers though, because I need to buy more. If I didn't have Tenso, I'd also buy some there, but we're set. Hey, thank you, Kristen. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh wow, he never starts with this. So this attack really sucks. You hope that he doesn't do it in a run, but it's pretty uncommon that he doesn't do it. You have to attack every individual hand before he's vulnerable again. And now, see, when you dash, you set up a, I guess, mirage of yourself. And it's usually not that OP, but the reason that it's so good for me is because I'm not using the finisher. If you use the finisher attack, their clones disappear, but because I'm not, I get to infinitely attack him with the clones, and it does ridiculous amount of damage. So the reason that this is much faster than okay, I ran out of staff right there, so I had to. The reason that's faster than anything else we can do in this fight is because everything you do does chip damage basically, but because that hits multiple times over and over again, oh wow. It's the best option for that part of the fight. And then in the second phase, he's weak to fire, and fires do a lot of damage, so we just spam fire. It's also really easy to die in that fight, which is why I buy the Koopa coin. As you saw there, I almost died. It's much better to have a Koopa coin and just use it if you need to, than to run away and cure, and then attack him. You just want to do as much damage as you can. That's actually basically the only instance where that Mirage Staff attack is useful. Even Mirage Staff in general is useful. It's really good on its own, but the other strats we have are just better. But in that fight in particular, it's really good. Hey, one lazy bomb. So I activated this waypoint, and I'm gonna embark there. I'm gonna move towards this, then come over here, use these, and go straight towards Arendelle. Cool. Oh shit, okay. Don't have to buy anything here.
Do you think the Heartless are after her?
So, there are some instances where I could have upgraded my Keyblade level up, but I don't because the only one that's useful is the magic increase. The strength increase doesn't matter. So I'm also gonna equip the Fire Covenant here before I get into a fight. You don't have to fight those guys, even though there's a cutscene for it. You can just move right past them. So the movement in this world is actually very cool. I'm gonna be skipping a little portion here. If you super jump on here, dash, attack, and then dash, and then super jump again, you can go straight right here and skip a small portion. Okay. In my personal opinion, I don't think a race is a good idea for SGDQ. So that's why I'm not joining. So for this fight, I'm using Simba to take care of the deer first, and then I can use the finisher because it does like a bar of damage to him. And now 2 shot locks will beat him. So this fight's pretty consistent. I don't need to do the finisher. I can just do less hits. The finisher does a lot more damage, but if I do less hits than a finisher, then it does an instant damage, so I don't have to wait for the animation. And if I don't need the extra damage from a finisher, then it's better to do less. So right here I'm gonna use the tent.
Yeah, we'll freeze if we don't find a way out.
I'm using a tent to refill my focus and MP. Most importantly, the focus though. Because I want it for this fight right here. This is like a weird labyrinth. I think I went the wrong way there actually. It went a slightly slower route. That's okay though. I'm gonna do the finisher instantly with Simba, and if you're lucky, it'll kill everything here. Like this is why we did Monstropolis before Arendelle, was because Simba one-shots those guys with the finisher. And they're very hard to deal with if you don't use Simba, because they move around a lot, they can become invincible a lot. But the reason that I use the tent, and the reason I want focus, is because if that didn't one-shot, then there will probably only be one enemy left, and I can just use shot lock on them. Alright, nice. Okay, I usually touch a save point because I don't have full everything at this point, but I did this time, so it didn't matter. But you have enough time to touch a save point before that thing finishes spinning around, so there's no time loss from doing it. Air step up here. There are about 4 of these fights where we use Simba. Or of these specific, like, nobodies. So there, one survived this time. But all we need to do is 20 hits and they die. Yep. So right here, instead of attacking them, I opt to just dodge it with jumping, because that's easier IMO, and I think it's faster. You can also dash in the air in that portion. Now, this is the last fight. Nice.
This must be the exit.
I don't need that Damascus. I picked up that dark anklet because we're gonna sell some accessories that we pick up in the run at the very end to be able to afford more ethers. Also armor. So there's a wall you can climb right here, but instead of climbing it, we're going to just air step way up here. And that's good. This is an elixir chest. And like I said at the start of the run, elixirs sell for 1,000 money, and that's like 5 ethers. So we want that. So after climbing up, I do a super jump, super slide into attack, into air slide. And this is the sledding portion on, well, yeah, on Goofy's shield. So it's this is a timed, and you can't do anything to speed it up. So all you have to do is not die, and you're good.
It's closing in. I got this. Incoming. Watch out.
Ow. So how was everyone's day? This is where we would read donations, probably. It's a good spot. There's also like loads that you could read it during. $18, dang. I wish I did too. What the heck, Ace? Secretly. Alright. So my route for this section involves me jumping around a lot. Okay, I got hit. That sucks. That's the one thing you don't want to do here. But you can get hit by that tree. You want to pick up money here too, because money's important. You can't really speed up the sled in any way, like the shield. You just have to pick the best route. I'm gonna opt to not pick up the money back there because it was too out of the way. If you miss some money, it's not a big deal. Like I've said before, you're not super tight on ethers. You're like, I'm pretty. It's alright to waste some here and there and to not have enough money. Thank you, Sam. So for this, I like to do a full fire combo on this guy. And then right here I do a shot lock. You want to just target his head though. So I hope that beats him. It should. Okay. And now I do another one on him. And then a Pyraza. Use an Aether. He's dead. Then just do fires on him and he's dead. They're obviously weak to fire. So that works. Pretty good strat. I went ahead and refilled my stuff there. So, my route for picking up Olaf is to go up here first, and then
That's Olaf's voice.
go ahead and pick up his, what is this? His body, torso, right there. Then I'm gonna slide onto his head. I grabbed it, and now grab his legs, and we're good. Pretty easy. Now in this fight, we're going to be using Simba again, but we're not going to do an instant finisher. We have to actually hit them all individually. You can try doing a finisher, but it would be pretty risky because if it whiffs, you have to cut it manually. That was a good fight though. They pretty much walked into my fire. So in this menu, I'm going to be equipping the Mage's Earring because we got another accessory slot. Then I'm going to equip Grand Magic Extender, which extends the amount of time Grand Magic is available. And I'm going to eat more fresh fruit, which is the same thing I ate in Monstropolis because the timer ran out. It uses in-game time for the timer, so it's actually a bit more than... It lasts a bit longer than it does RTA. And now I have double flight, so the movement here is really cool. Right there I skipped a large portion, and right here I skipped another portion. Basically we just keep using super jump to take advantage of the fact that this area is very vertical, and skip some parts where we don't have to move around. Right here I can just jump up there, use this.
Nothing ever gets you down, huh, Sora?
Okay, that's a bit scary. Jump right here, and then that's pretty much it. It's not easy to do that. It's kind of hard at some points. Like you have to know exactly where you're trying to air slide to. You can only use your super jump once. So if you use it the wrong way, if you're not high enough when you use it, you have to restart from the bottom.
Oh, right. I love snow.
And instead of climbing the wall here, I'm just going to be air sliding. And okay, so as you can see, my air slide is way better now that I have another one, which is what I equipped in the menu earlier. So at this point in the game, just air sliding is faster than dodge rolling over and over again. Alright, so Marshmallow. We're gonna be using fire on him, but the important thing in this fight is that he does not get armor, because he can get armor and it makes it a bit slower. So that's our main goal, is to prevent him from doing it. He also has a ton of HP, as you can see. A lot of bosses in this game have a ridiculous amount of health. There we go. So we skipped the armor phase, which is good.
That big snowman wasn't too friendly, huh?
But he sure does seem to have some kind of connection.
I got some good air slides there. Like I said, chaining air slides is really hard, but once we have the faster air slide, chaining them is way faster. It's really fast. It's just nearly frame perfect, so it's pretty hype whenever you get more than 3. I went over there to pick up a force ring, I believe. Yeah, a force ring, I was right. Because that is important. So we just keep moving a bit and then more cutscenes. I guess I can do my best. I can do. I can try my best explaining this fight. So Skull is a fight that I would say we have the least figured out of any fight so far, and it's because he has a DM, but his DM is a minute long. So if we don't skip it, we lose a minute. But skipping it is not consistent. As far as we know, I think it can be consistent, but we haven't found a consistent strat yet. And hang on, I need to do a menu here. So I'm putting my party members to hands off because I don't want them to interfere with the strat here or with any fight afterwards, to be honest. And I equipped the high refocuser for the fight. So yeah, this fight you can basically randomly lose a minute, and we're not entirely sure why he DMs sometimes, how to prevent it. He can do it twice too, but thankfully I think we can consistently skip the second one. So Simba right here prevents the wind from pushing us back for some reason, and we don't have to do any of the reaction commands right there, or we don't have to like hide behind the wall, so we just move straight forward and it's really fast. And I use a tent right there because my MP needs to come back for this fight. So I'm starting the fight with a shot lock. And you have to it's a pretty tight timing. You have to do that immediately. Then I'm gonna guard. And I like to do 6 dodge rolls here before doing my next shot lock, because from my experience, I more consistently stagger him with it. Okay, I didn't that time. So I got unlucky. That's what makes this fight inconsistent, and we don't know what to do about it. Alright. I got that damage off. So yeah, getting the DM skip there is pretty rare. Like, it doesn't happen that often. And then for the DM, what we have to do is defeat a ton of those small wolf things, ice wolf, and if you kill enough, then this RC shows up, and it's faster to do the RC than to wait it out if you do it fast enough. So after the DM, I like to okay, I have it. I like to do a shot lock. Then spam fires, and he'll die from a shot lock here. Yeah, he'll die from that. There we go. So that's Arendelle. The entire world is pretty consistent actually compared, well, besides the boss is what I mean. Everything is great until the boss there, and then that's when there's a lot of luck on losing a minute. But now that we're past that, there aren't any more luck-based segments where we can lose that much time to one fight. So we've got the last 2 worlds to go through. I exit that thing right here, and then I use these boosts. And now I have another boost right here, but I'm gonna save it until after I'm done using these things. And then I'll use it right here, and then we'll get there. Nice. So this world, the Caribbean, is probably my least favorite world in the game. And the reason is because the boat fights and a lot of fights in here are different. So I'm gonna make a strength build. I put on accessories that gave me strength right there, and I'm eating the beef. And the reason that... oh shoot, wait. I think I forgot. Yeah. I have to equip Happy Gear. I also upgraded Happy Gear before the Arendelle boss, and it's just for a fight here. I give myself as much strength as I possibly could, because strength affects your damage output on the flying chicken fight that's coming up, and if you don't have a lot of strength for it, then you can lose. It's way slower. So it's worth picking up all of the accessories that I got and buying the beef for this one fight. For these guys, I'm just using fire. This is the first time we see this Heartless. They can be kind of annoying because they're really strong, but they're not too bad if you know how to deal with them. So I'm gonna switch to this Keyblade and then do a shot lock, because we'll keep this Keyblade equipped for when we get into the fight.
Jack said to head for the island straight in front of us.
Nothing special to do here, we just have to go straight forward. So yeah, we're gonna be spending a lot of the world in this boat, and the boat shoots, it can shoot forward and from the sides, but the fights here are pretty luck based. So these boats have a ton of health, but if you shoot the like green, blue, or red orbs on the boats, you one-shot them and they die instantly. So you want to do that for pretty much every fight in this world on the boat, on the ship. Ship's a boat, what do you mean? Same thing. Alright, here's the fight. Here's the infamous fight. Worst fight in the game. So he has literally, I think, 15 health bars. And the way we fight him is by shooting these torpedoes. And you can't really control if you're locked onto him. And the torpedoes go to whatever you're locked onto. So when the Heartless spawn next to him, it can target them, and you don't want it to, but it happens sometimes. So when you do a certain amount of damage, he gets knocked down, and when he's knocked down, you can get like get right on him right here and just spam it, and you don't have to worry about them getting interfered. The torpedoes do a lot more damage than if I were to just shoot them. But the way that the damage works is that you need a certain amount of strength to do more damage. And if I were to like increase my strength by 1 right now, it wouldn't make a difference. But if you reach a certain like strength floor, then it does more. Okay, so that's why we have a Kupo coin. It's much better than I use the Kupo coin there than if I were to jump off and cure. So it just allows you to be reckless and be fast. And you have a safety net. But I do want to buy more. Okay, we got him. So now that we're done with that, we don't need any of the strength accessories anymore, so we're gonna unequip it. And from this Moogle, we're actually gonna buy 3 crepes, which is the last food we're gonna buy. And then we actually buy the Kupo coin, and then buy the ethers, and buy some tents. So now I'm going to equip the Fire Cufflink, Force Ring, Rune Ring, and we're good on ethers. I'm gonna eat some crepes to increase your magic by 2 and MP by 4, which helps a lot. Make sure you have the right Keyblade equipped when you're going underwater, because for some reason you can't switch Keyblades underwater. So if you have the happy gear on still, you're completely screwed. That thing has way less magic than this thing does ever after. So down here, we're gonna pick up an adamantite to upgrade our ever after one more time. And that's the last synthesis we're gonna be doing. We're not gonna be upgrading to level 10, we just upgrade to level 8. Okay, you don't want to get hit by a jellyfish there, but it's kind of hard. Oops. Oh yeah, another thing to mention is that when you're underwater, you can't use links. You can't use oh, what else is it? Well, you can't use higher level magic. As you can see, we have Sea Fire and Sea Thunder, not Fire or Thundara. And then another thing is we can't use our shot locks. Focus. So basically we can only shoot fire. That's the best option. Okay, I didn't mean to run out of MP, but it's not a big deal. I wasted a single weight there. Oh yeah, you can switch in the menu, but you can't do it without the menu. So right there I picked up Aerial. You can actually skip getting Aerial if you want to, but later on we're gonna see that Aerial is very useful and you definitely want to pick her up. So I'm gonna not pilot the ship and use slow motion to get up here, because on the ship there's a Celestriad, which is super good. It has a lot of boosts. Most importantly, thunder boost and fire boost. And then I'm gonna equip Thundaga, customize that. And we put it over to Fire Cufflink because it gives you more magic and it gives you the same boost. So it's basically, there's no reason to not have it on over that. Okay. So an interesting mechanic here is that, as you can see, there's a blue bar on the bottom left, and when it fills up you get a situation command on the ship. But when you have a situation command and you enter a fight, the command goes away, but the amount of blue bar you have doesn't go away. So I'm purposely not getting the situation command, and I'm keeping it saved up so that I'll get it in this fight.
First one to Port Royal wins.
And another thing is that these orbs give you the bar really fast. So this is just a race with Luxord. And I don't care how they say his name in the cutscene, it's Luxord. And I want to do the same thing here as I did in the last area, which is build up the bar by the ending, but still use as many commands as I can. Okay, so the blue one gives you Tidal Wave, and the green ones give you the other one. I don't know what it's called. I forgot the name. But Tidal Wave isn't very good if you use it anywhere. I'm gonna use it like at the ending. Tailwind, okay. Oh, I missed it. That sucks. Alright. I want to destroy one more ship before I use Tidal Wave. Okay. So I'm gonna use it right about here, and I should make it to the ending.
Steady!
Yep. And now this is a boss fight, and the reason that I saved my bar is because basically my strat here is to get 3 situation commands and then use all of them on the boss. So I think that's on his back. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna wait for more enemy ships to spawn here. Okay, he disappeared. Doesn't happen often. Slightly unfortunate. Alright, here we go. So I'm gonna use Tidal Wave here. That will hit him and do about like 4 bars, right? Oh, 5 bars. And then I use Wind Chasers. And because he's the only enemy on screen, they're all gonna attack him. And now I'm gonna use Raging Cannons, which does the most damage, I'm pretty sure. And that beats him. And that prevents him from teleporting at all during the fight, like when you're trying to beat him. Because if I didn't have all of those saved up, then he could have easily teleported and made the fight longer. So I like to use Thunder on this guy. The Naga does a ton of damage to him. I think he's weak to it. And then it one-shots most of the enemies right here. And then Daza is insane, as you can see. So this fight is using Thunder a lot. And I like to use it on these guys too, because it can actually hit both of them at the same time. Okay. There we go. That was a good fight. Super important to not run out of MP there, because you need every single ether you have. Alright. So right here, I'm gonna equip an ether and then equip air slide and super slide for movement. So the crab route, I would say it's pretty well routed. I air step right there. Whoops. I attack the tree, which has a ton of crabs. And then I attack this tree, and when I press triangle to activate Goofy's shield, all of the crabs come towards me, and they just like get absorbed even though they're still in the tree. Like before they fall down, they just all come to you for some reason. So that's really good. You don't have to wait. I think I touched something there, which is bad. Whenever you touch anything with the shield, you slow down. Oh, I missed those crabs. It's fine. A little suboptimal. You want to stay on the shield as long as you can because you don't have to wait to collect the crabs, they just absorb into you. Okay. Use 2 thunders and an attraction flow will always show up. Then you grab all the crabs around here because there was like 8 barrels. And if you instantly end the teacups, then it destroys all of the barrels instantly. So I think I need 2 more here. Okay.
Crabs like water? What about the waterfall?
Then we're gonna grab the Sorcerer's Ring because that's a super good accessory. And I believe that's it. Yep. Air step right there. Whatever. And that's the crab. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't mean to dive. So now we're gonna equip the ring that we just got and then eat crepe. Oh no, we're not gonna eat crepes, I mean. Sorry. Remembering old routes. And so we left the world before doing Davy Jones. And the reason for that is because if we go to San Fran now, we can get Firaga and magic boosts and level up and magic galvanizer and a ton of stuff. It's way more beneficial to do Davy Jones after San Fran than it is to do it before. So we're basically doing the same thing that we did back in Toy Box and Corona.
Don't let him get
So right here, Thundaga kills everything in one shot. So all we have to do is use one Thundaga and they're all dead. Use an Aether here to make sure we don't run out. Oh, you still want to avoid getting hit because it slows you down. So for this big guy, we fought him before, but this time we have Aerial. And with Aerial, he gets completely melted. That's why I picked up Aerial before. Because his hitbox is so huge, because he's such a huge enemy, all of the hits from Aerial are hitting him, and they each individually do a ton of damage. If he was like a really small, if he got staggered and like got knocked away or something, it wouldn't work as well. But because he just stands still and takes it, it does a ton. So right here is where we upgrade our Ever After for the last time. And now we're good.
Shall we?
The movement in this world is my favorite. I really like the movement here. The entire world is also very consistent. So there's actually a timer here so you can see how good you're doing. But you can just jump down in flow motion and or in the air step and it's totally fine. You don't have to hit the first thing. This is timed, so sliding doesn't do anything, but I do it anyway. Like this rail section. Auto spoiler is a better word for it. And I like to take the middle rail there because I can do one full slide, attack, slide, and then I land directly on the green thing.
Come on, can't we do this on the ground?
Alright. So jump off the ball, it's actually pretty slow. Air stepping is way better, because there's a ton of stuff to air step in this world. Then we can air step right here. Skip the ring down there, skip the chemistry, and then do more of it. Pretty much our main movement here is air step. And we're there. Not bad. So we just got Stitch. You can use Stitch in a run, and he's actually pretty good for some fights, but it is inconsistent and also hard. So I don't do it personally, but it can be faster to use him. I won't be showing him off in the run though.
Sora.
Okay. Air step straight up here. And now, like I mentioned before, earlier in the run, thundering when you're in the air is faster than on the ground. So I like to do it here, and then I can do Thundaza, and that'll kill everything. Yep. Thundaza has like multiple hitboxes, so if another wave spawns after you kill the first wave, they will also die to it, which is very convenient for that one fight. Now I have full MP, and I get to use Aerial again. And even this guy, who is a bit stronger than the other one. Wait. Okay. It took him a bit to get over here. That's not usual, but it didn't matter. Yeah, we're good. Something a bit different happened, but... So what's important there is that we get him to 1 HP. And even though he gets armor, you can still melt that with Aerial, so it's not a big deal. And I think he's weak to water, which is why Aerial is so good on him too. But yeah, we can just air step and then attack, and he dies. You can't skip that the second phase. You have to wait for him to get up there before beating him. So when they're air step, I'm gonna cancel that because it's taking too long. Jump up here, get the chest. This is a magic boost, and that's very good. There are 2 magic boosts in this world that we pick up. And then in this section, it's timed. So we get to get this money without losing any time. And yeah, we have enough time to hit everything. Oh god. Parried it. Alright. I picked that up just so I can set it later. So now we get to just do nothing.
Please climb on.
Coming up here is some movement though. Dash, air step here. Dash again, air step. Cancel. Dash. I do it in this order because I believe it's the fastest. I go for this guy first. It's kind of hard to angle this for me, like to super slide and on the poles without missing. So now I can go on the ball, and with this, Go-Go's ball gets like destroyed in one hit by just touching it. Just like that. So when I go up there, and then cancel that, and put it there. Fire. The red ones need a fire. Little ones need thunder. Blue ones need water or blizzard. And that's all of them, so we're good. Went over to the chest here because that's a magic boost. Gonna climb up to this guy. Oh shoot.
Can you hear
Wasabi. And there we go. So you have to wait a bit here. The Hero's Guild we just got gives us an item boost. Unlike other games, that armor can actually give you an ability. So we're gonna use that. We're gonna equip Magic Boost and then equip Firaga because we have it now. And Magic Galvanizer. I need to kind of pay attention here, kind of focus. Okay. So you have to do those fires really fast. If you don't do it fast enough, then he breaks out. But basically, you do 4 fires, Ether, full fire combo, Firaza, and during the Firaza, you do a full shot lock, and then he dies. If you don't do it like that, he can waste upwards to like 30 seconds or more from the attacks he does. But we beat him so fast that he doesn't get to do anything. So I was just, as I was saying, the Magic Galvanizer,
Okay.
for every single, the more your combo goes, the more damage your magic attacks do. So it's like Magic Combo Thrift, except every extra hit does more damage than the last one. Which is why combo pluses are very important. So this fight is really simple. If you know where to be to get maximum damage, it's pretty easy. Right here I can just stay up right, and hold down R2 and we're good. You want to shoot these back at him though, by timing your attack well, because you can't shoot him during that. And they actually do damage. No, I don't think the shot lock gets boosted by Magic Galvanizer. So he does it again, and then we can beat him around here. You have to do about 5.5 bars until he moves on to the second phase. The music here is really good, by the way. So we just have to spam him. Doing a physical attack on him is definitely not worth it. After we get hit once, we have super armor, so we can literally stand still and take any hit, and we won't get staggered. I like to heal here, so I don't have to waste my Koopa coin in the fight. And you can't damage him during his transition to second phase anyway, so it doesn't waste time. We can just tank this and beat him. There we go.
Ow.
Ow. So now we get to go back to beat Davy Jones, and then we're on to endgame. Avengers Endgame. Here's where we could probably read more donations too, because we have cutscenes for like a minute 40. Oops, okay. Okay.
Let's sail for Shipwreck Cove.
I'm gonna eat more crepes right here because the timer isn't gonna run out yet. There's 4 minutes left. However, it's gonna run out during the boat section before Davy Jones, and we want it to stay for Davy Jones. It's important that it does. So I'm just gonna eat right now, and then we'll still have enough crepes to last for the rest of the game.
That must be Shipwreck Cove, the place that Jack told us about.
So we have a long distance to travel here, but again, I'm gonna
Didn't we sail
build up
past
my
that
bar
rock before?
so I have it for the boss coming up.
Take this. Defense. Fire.
There we go. We're good now. We have to head straight to that island over there. Unfortunately, we can't move the ship any faster. I believe if you level it up, you can, but it's not worth getting more crabs to level up the ship.
Take this. Fire. Well, let's check it out.
Okay. So this fight is one of my least favorite fights in the game. It's completely random where the orbs appear on the ships. So my goal here is to build up Tidal Wave and Raging Cannons, and then use Tidal Wave to defeat all of the boats left over here. So these aren't the only ones. There's gonna be more that spawn. I can't reach them right now. You can tell because the thing will be red. Okay. So that's one. I want to get this guy. Wow, I still didn't beat him. There we go. Okay, so let me use Tidal Wave. And that should beat the rest of them. So the way the command works is, like I said before, green is Wind Chasers, blue is Tidal Wave, and red is, oops, Raging Cannon. And if you hit a green one, but you already have Wind Chasers, you won't get another Wind Chaser. You're gonna get either Raging Cannon or Tidal Wave. It's random.
Let's do this.
So I don't pay attention to which ones I hit there. I just make sure that I get 3 situation commands. So I think it's possible to get him in one cycle before he disappears, but it's very hard and luck based, and I've never done it. So usually the whole reason I want Raging Cannons is to destroy almost all the orbs in one cycle, and then I can do this, and it's a pretty free 2 cycle. You don't need to get his health to 0. You just need to destroy all of the orbs around him. Okay. So, the important thing here is that you destroy that ship right there's orb, and get up your bar as soon as possible, because Raging Cannons melts this guy HP, but it takes a while to get it. So the entire fight is just shooting him, shooting the ship, and getting Raging Cannons, and trying to shoot between the tentacles here. Which is actually pretty hard to do. Okay. That thing got in my way. That hardly ever happens, but it happens. That can't happen. I might be screwed on beating him when I'm supposed to, but we'll see. There we go. When he's way back there, it's really hard to aim at him. That might get it. Nope. That might get it. Okay.
It ends here.
Keep going, Sora!
Okay, we still beat him there. That could have been way worse. The bow getting in the way wasn't a big deal. I still beat him basically on the second Raging Cannons. So we have a strat for DM skipping Davy Jones. What we do is 1 hit, full fire combo, 3 more fires, use an ether. We do that to get Fire Aza. So now he'll always teleport up here. We do full fire combo, Fire Aza, then do a shot lock during the Fire Aza. Now we do another shot lock, and you should die. There we go. You have to time, and you have to do your shot locks really well there. If you get 27 on any of them, you're screwed. You have to make sure you get 2 full shot locks, and you have to not lose sight of him, which can be hard when you're directly in front of him. So now we have a lot of cutscenes too. But here. This fight can be really scary. So just like the fight before, except we don't have Mickey, and Aqua can appear. Oh, okay. I used the wrong spell. That was my bad. Aqua will definitely appear now. But basically we do the same thing, except we don't want Aqua to appear because she wastes a ton of time. Oh no, I got her. I got him. Okay. If we take too long, then she'll appear, do a DM, and then he comes back. But because I got the Dark Firaga, it helped me a lot. And Aqua, we wait for her to finish her attack at the start. Then we do hit, fires, another fire combo, Firaza, and she's dead. All it takes is hitting her once, and then we beat her. Easy peasy fight. A trick? You just have to focus. You just have to never lose sight of the thing, so it always counts hits. There's nothing else to it than that. You have to make sure that your camera is always on him. Yeah, supposedly Pro makes a difference. I think Narago tested it and he said that he could still do it though, but I don't know. Nice, that's really good movement. We skip climbing upstairs to get up here with using double flight like that. So now we get to play as Aqua, which is new. Caught him with an air hit there. This fight is pretty much the only time you'll see me doing physical combos over magic, because Aqua is actually very strong physically. You wouldn't think she is by looking at her, but that's a lot of damage that we do, especially with Spellweaver, because the finisher with Spellweaver does like an entire bar on its own. So it's basically do 2 full combos and then dodge his attack and then do another 2 full combos like this. Easy peasy fight. Now we have more cutscenes. And then we're gonna enter the last Gummi mission, or Gummi area. No, I'm not on world record pace. I'm on pretty good pace for commentary though. Here's another spot to read donations. There's like 3 or 4. I mean, we can probably fit some Disney songs in there. Alright, so last Gummi area. this one is actually pretty hard to navigate with the ship that we have, because this gummy ship moves so fast. You don't want to bump into anything, but you can't really stop yourself sometimes. So we're gonna do 3 of them right here. I'm gonna hold off on it. Use it right here. I'm not gonna use it right here because we have a tight turn. Now I'm gonna use it down here. Now you can not get hit here, but yep, that's kind of hard to pull off to not get hit during that. Gonna use the boost. I'm gonna purposely get hit right here. Oh, I almost didn't, but yeah, that was pretty good movement right there. I didn't get I avoided taking hits for most of it. Alright, so I'm using my special to take out the head right there, but if you press circle to speed up, it actually makes the auto scroller go faster. I'm like 90% sure, so you want to be doing that. So these things have a set amount of HP, even though they share an HP bar, but you want to make sure that you destroy them before you move on to the next one, because if you don't, then you have to wait for it to turn around before hitting it. There we go, 47's a good fight. I purposely got hit in the movement because going slow, like not boosting, would have, even with the hit, it was still faster to boost, basically. Because it doesn't stun you for that long. Alright, so 10K has a kind of sophisticated strat, I guess. It's like everything I do has a purpose. So right here, I'm gonna do jump, do 2 thunders. I should get Thandaza. Now I do Thandaza. Now I do thunders on the rest of the enemies until I have 1 MP left, like that. Now I use an ether and use Meow. Now I'm gonna do 3 jumps and then press X to do my deflate dash. And I repeat that. So for this fight, the shadows do count towards the enemy bar in the top left, and it's usually way more beneficial to go after the shadows than it is the ones that give you EXP. So basically aiming at our enemy. After Meow, we use Simba, and Simba can take out this big guy pretty easily. Alright. I'm gonna use the finisher in the middle, and next, all I need to do is thunders. And because I have 3 ethers left, it's very important that you have max ethers here, which is why you kind of want to be careful with ethers earlier on in the run. So yeah, I'm just gonna focus on the shadows at this point using thunder. So the whole point of this is we want to get the train attraction flow, and to get that we need to deplete the bar a certain amount. So we should be nearly there. Like maybe 1 more. Okay. We should be like very close. There he is. Alright, we're good. Now, I focus on everything around the circle, because like I said, they also deplete the bar, and because there's so many enemies with the train, it depletes really fast. If you wanted to, you could EXP grind here because they keep spawning and it's really fast to kill them. But I don't do it here. I'm going to be grinding a little bit after this split. Alright. Equip an ether and equip nano gear. And then equip withstand combo, leaf burster, super sliding glide.
Somebody else has gone on ahead.
Those iron ashes right there are very good to get. Whoops. Thought I had double flight. Because our air slide right now is like very fast. So if we can chain any of them, it makes a big deal. It is a big deal. Press F to pay respects for Donald. So now we're in the final world. There's a lot of movement here. Pretty much the entire final world is just movement. So we want to collect these Soras, and we have to, because your air slide goes in a straight line, you have to be really good at angling your air slides to pick up the Soras. That wasn't too bad. And because it goes so far and so fast, it is pretty difficult. Now, Sora collection right here is actually really cool. And it's also not very easy.
What a weird place.
So,
I gotta put myself
you get those that are falling down, you get those in a circle, move towards here. I want to get these before they disappear, but I missed one. It's okay. It's a bit lenient. You can miss like 3 or 4 maybe. But get these right here. Use air step. Okay. 49 is a bit low, but I think I'll be fine.
What's going on?
So right here is actually kind of hard. You want to land on this thing, and if you don't land there, then you lose a ton of time. So, because if you don't land there, then you're probably gonna fall all the way down and then have to restart from the very top. And you do those rail things as the map is turning, because the thing that I air stepped to and attacked turns the entire like field. There's a ton of swords up here. Okay. So there's 10 right here, and we have 101, so we're fine. I couldn't have missed another one, or I would have to pick up them somewhere else. That was okay. So that was it for the final world. Now we move on to revisits, which is just, I don't even know. I don't know the game's lore. What's happening? That's a yikes from me. This is the last Moogle menu we should do in the game. Gonna sell the elixir, sell the armor and accessories. And we have 2 tents, so we just have to buy ethers, and we're set now. No more Muggles. We're good. We can do a skip right here, which is pretty cool. We jump on a pillar right here, use double jump, super jump, and then get up here. Oh damn. Okay. Oh, I didn't get the Dandaza. So what I'm doing right now is grinding to level 30 because you need level 30 for combo plus and for magic increase. So it's important that you hit it. It's faster to grind right there than it is in 10k. So for this one, this Lich, I'm gonna do 5 Thunders, and that beats him. That is not gonna be the strat for every single Lich, but we have to refight this Lich 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more times, and for most of them it's gonna be Thunders. But some of them are harder to deal with. This one you can catch before it starts moving.
Hold still.
So fun fact, you don't even need to touch the save point to refill your focus or your MP because that portal gives you back everything. So there's no point. Right here I'm gonna dash, jump, and then do my Thunders.
Enough.
We ought to search every portal the shadows control.
Fun fact, also, Jiminy didn't die, which proves that Jiminy is a fake human or a cricket. Wait, okay. I think I'm fine. Hang on. There we go.
Stop that.
That one's very important. So if you don't beat him in like one combo, then he is going to summon Hardness or Unversed. He's gonna summon enemies, and you don't want that at all because I think he summons like 8 large bodies, and it's really bad. You don't want that. So it's very important that you kill him. This one's a bit different because he's like immune to thunder or something. He takes less damage to thunder. So I'm gonna start it with a shot lock with my nano blade, I think it's called, and the reason nano gear, and the reason I use that shot lock is because it's a lot faster than the Ever After one, and it stuns him. It staggers him.
We ought to search every portal the shadows control.
So this one's really annoying because if you don't beat him immediately, he's gonna run around the entire field, and he runs for a while, and it's really hard to catch him. So what you want to do is move to the side, use thunder. There we go. Even though I wasn't locked onto him, the Thundaga has a very long reach, so I was still able to catch him with it. But the timing on that is kind of tight. And now this one, I'm gonna do 3 Thunders and then do my Nano Gear Shot Lock, and that beats him. 2, 3. Boom. That was pretty clean.
Let's go after them.
Oh yeah. You got them task level strats. So make sure you have Ever After equipped because you'll have Nano Gear after the last fight. And it's important to have Ever After for Demon Wave. So on Demon Wave, we're gonna use a strat that we used in San Fran. But it's gonna do even more damage this time. This guy has a ridiculous amount of health, but Aerial is a ton of damage too. Hey, there we go. He's at 1 HP, so I can just do that. You can't beat him in the first phase, you have to wait for him to go underground.
What is this?
So this part, we can't skip the cutscene.
Let's go!
And rather than mashing, it's better to time it. Unless you can mash for 60 frames every second. Timing is a lot more consistent. And it is important how fast you do the triangle inputs, because there's a limited amount of them, and the faster you do it, the faster the fight is. But yeah, this is it's not an auto squirter, but all it is pressing triangle. Press triangle to win. Go ahead. You also want to dodge the stuff coming at you, but it's not too important because you don't take any damage. You can die here, yeah. By the way, it's like ridiculously hard to do this without taking hits. Like at the end there, it's so crazy. I don't know how you go about dodging that.
We're almost finished. And now.
Okay, so we're gonna do one more menu, and then we're done with menus for the game. Which is pretty exciting if you ask me. We don't have too much left. Just have to beat some... Well, we basically have to beat the 13 darknesses. And then the final boss. So I'm going to equip Combo Plus, which I got from level 30, and then MP Safety. So what MP Safety does is it makes it so you cannot use all of your MP besides Cure, with any spell besides Cure. And the reason I want that is because these fights are gonna involve spamming fire, and it's much easier to just spam fire and not pay attention to my MP than it would be to having to make sure I don't waste all of it Because if I were to use all of it, then I would have to use 2 ethers, refill it. So anyway, what I'm gonna do here, this is timed, but what I want to do during this time section is I want to damage Larxene and Marluxia, and fire is the best way to do that. And the reason I'm damaging them is because Luxord's health will come back, but theirs won't. Okay. So now you can tell where Luxord is based on the card that's shaking, which is right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fire. The reason that works is because we have Magic Galvanizer, which, like I said before, more damage the more hits are in the combo. So I'm gonna beat Larxene here first. Oh no. Okay. Marluxia almost got my way. So the reason that I want Marluxia at low health right here is because he's gonna DM, but when he's at low health, I can do 27 shot lock and it'll beat him before he has a chance to DM. And during his DM, we can't hurt him at all, so it saves maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Now I'm gonna use a tent on the way over here. You actually don't need the tent. I'm doing it for safety, but I probably don't need it. You can just use an ether because we don't need full focus for this fight. But regardless, target Zigbar, do 2 fires, ends that. I'm gonna start off with Riku. I'm not gonna worry about damaging Zigbar at all. Okay, so he's trying to DM, but we got him before he did. That's good. Now the reason I beat Riku first is because during Zigbar's DM we can actually hurt him pretty easily. So that's what we're gonna do. Just spam fire, and you don't have to really worry about it. There we go.
This is your power.
The sun's going down. So these panels in the floor are switches to
Sora
the
does
doors.
bars here too, by the way. He's a god rapper. So yeah, right here I'm just gonna use an ether. I don't need to touch a save point. Unnecessary time loss from touching the save point. So I'm gonna go over here first. The order I'm fighting them in is also intentional. So wait, because he's invincible during that period, and I'm gonna time it so that my finisher happens when he shoots his like thing at me. His thing at me. I don't know what it is. I forgot the name, but you have iframes when you do your finisher, so you want that. Okay, so now that he has full berserk bar, he's invincible. You have to wait for this animation. Turn it to Axel.
Just stop!
Claymore? Yeah, it's the name. Now, same strat, use fire, except we have Roxas on our team, which means that he's doesn't even have a chance to win. Easy peasy. The fight was over before it began when Roxas joins your team. So here's the last one. What I'm going to do is weaken Vanitas here. And unlike in other fights, He won't regain his health. Oh, I didn't mean to actually beat him. Whoops, that was my B. You want to not beat them. Okay, so I'm gonna have to sit through the DM here. My strategy was going to be to get Venus to low health and then beat Terra, because Terra's DM you can't damage him during. As you can see, I have to wait through it. But I accidentally beat him, so it happens. There we go.
It's night already?
Touch a save point. Now I have a strat for the order I'm gonna fight these Xehanorts in, because we're gonna fight Xemnas, Ansem, and Young Xehanort, and yeah, I can intentionally beat them in an order that makes it faster. But this fight is pretty tough to do correctly because they don't stop barraging you with attacks. It's kind of hard to not get hit during it. Alright. So we have to wait here, nothing, there's no enemy. Just have to guard these. So what I'm gonna do first is get Ansem to low HP. Oh, I didn't use my Aether Rip. Okay. Thought I had. Now, okay, I got stuck. Yeah, Young Xehanort's probably the most annoying. Okay. So now he's at low health. I'm gonna focus on Xemnas. I want to beat him. There we go. So my strat is to use an Aether here. I'm gonna spam fire on Young Xehanort right there. Oh, I almost got him. Oh wow, that didn't. Okay. Okay. I almost got it. I had to do like one more fire of damage. My idea was to beat Young Xehanort at that point, but he survived. Unfortunately. It's okay though. Like I said, this is a really hard strat to do correctly.
Before these broken keys.
So instead I can beat him here though. The reason you want to beat them during this part right here is because you can't damage them when the Keyblades are coming at you. You have to wait. Oh yeah, I don't have the Koopa coin anymore. I used it there. It's useful for Gauntlet. That's his official name, but it's not needed. So you can just come back here and use arrow, and he's weak to arrow. So you don't have to worry about it. Because he's literally a goat. Look at him, he's a goat. Oh wait, do you mean why? Okay, I don't know. So I'm gonna use an Ether and then Shotlock. My strat here is to get full MP, do a full shot lock, and then move away. Oh shoot, target him. He's probably gonna teleport. Oh, here we go. Ooh, okay. So we skipped a small animation he can do where he makes lava pop up from the ground. That's what you want in that part. So that was a good fight. Now this fight's really important because you can lose a good amount of time if you don't skip his DM in this phase. I think I'll skip it here. Yep. Oh my god, this is insane actually. So it is possible to skip the very beginning here too, his attack. But it's like ridiculously hard in my opinion. So I'm not going for it. We have to wait for him to spawn. There we go. One more fight to go, and we've done it. So, final Xehanort. The strat here is fire. You can do aerial. You can do a few different things. You can do aerial, stitch, or fire. And I like to do fire, but they all can be different speeds. I don't think any of them are 100% consistent at the moment. Wonder if that went off. No. Okay. So that's the first phase. Pretty easy. Now I need to do like 3 more fires. So there's no more fire on screen, right? Oh, frick. I fucked up, didn't I? Yeah. Dang, okay. Under 4 bars of HP, he will force you into rage form. And when you're in rage form, you don't do any damage to him during it. And it takes a very long time to get out of it. But basically you want to guard and then counter in this form, and then you collect the orbs and they give you they build your finisher, and when your finishers build up, you get the RC for exiting rage form. This is our first time seeing rage form though. There we go. We get to see this really cool DM though. They actually made this attack like really cool. So I'll try to guard it and dodge it the right way. Take no damage. It can be really easy to die here because they do a good amount of damage when they like chain you. Okay. That's not bad. There we go. That's the fight. Once it gets to 1 HP, you do the command that pops up and then the game ends. Oh no, I died. I missed a frame perfect input. Fuck. That's what we'll do at SGDQ. I need to practice my freak out. I need to practice my acting. Time ends when the beam hits Xehanort. Thank you for the 100 bits, Kevin. And there we go. That's Kingdom Hearts 3 beginner 80%. Only thing I'm not happy about is that I didn't get Rage Form skip. But that was still okay. I also swore a few times, but it's fine. Other people have gone in videos that they swore, and it was okay. I got sub 3. Okay. How was this run, I wonder? Understandable. So yeah, I think this run is great. It actually has a good amount of variety and stuff. We use most links besides Stitch, and we use every single different type of magic. We use a few different Keyblades. I think it's a really cool thing to show off. It's relatively fast, not much longer than the other Cage games. And I think splitting it between 3 runners is a good idea. So I hope that this gets in. Okay.